Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can download and install Eclipse IDE on your Mac operating system. So first of all, before installing Eclipse, you need to make sure that you have Java JDK installed on your Mac operating system because Eclipse is a Java based IDE. Now if you don't know how to install your Java, I have already created a video on that, so just watch that video, and once you have Java JDK you good to go. So once you have Java JDK installed, let's start with the installation of Eclipse IDE. So for that you need to open your favorite browser and search for download Eclipse, and the first link which will appear here will be from eclipse.org gd download. We going to click on this link and straight away you will reach to the download page of Eclipse IDE. So here you will see different variants of Eclipse, but the variant we want is this one. So here what we are going to do is we are going to click on the download package under this Eclipse logo. So I'm going to click on the download packages here, where you will see more information about the installation of Eclipse IDE. Now here you will see at the top of the first option, which is for Eclipse installer. This Eclipse installer is going to allow you to install the different variants of Eclipse IDE. So if you are interested in installing different variants of Eclipse IDE, for example, Eclipse is available for Java developers. Eclipse IDE is also available for enterprise Java and web developers. Eclipse IDE for C and C++ developers. So if you plan to install more than one variant of Eclipse IDE, I will recommend you to install the Eclipse installer, which make it easier to install other variants of Eclipse in future also. So here in front of Eclipse installer, you will see the macOS section, and you will see two download links in front of you. macOS, now if you are using Intel based processor, then you can use the first link. You can use the first link, which is x8664. If you have the newer version of Mac OS and you are using M1 or M2 chip, then you can use AR64. So in my case, I'm using the M2 based processor. So let me click on M1 M2 variant, which is AR64, and then you will be redirected to this page. Here you just need to click on the download once again, and once you click on the download, you will see that this Eclipse installer JRE Mac AR64 is downloaded. So let me click on this file, which is going to open this kind of installer. So let me minimize my browser and let's start with the installation part. So here you can see this is the Eclipse installer. So just click on the Eclipse installer here. Now, as I mentioned, Eclipse is available for different type of development environments. So what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to install Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Later you can install the other variants of Eclipse IDE, but as of now I'm going to use this version, which is Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Let me click on this option. Now you can see the installation has been started for Eclipse IDE for Java developers. Here it says Java 17 plus virtual machine. So in this drop down menu, once you have installed Java JDK on your Mac operating system, you will see that version in this list. So as I can see, JDK 21 is the version which I have installed, so it's selected by default. If you don't have any version of Java previously, then you can choose the other version of Java here, which is going to download those versions from the internet and install it on your Mac. So because I have already installed Java, I will choose the first version, which is already there in my Mac operating system. Also, you can see the installation path for Eclipse. So if you don't have the good reason to change this path, just leave it as default and then click on install. And once you click on install, you will see this license terms and conditions page. So you can just read the license terms and condition, and if you are agree, just click on the accept now, which is going to start the installation of Eclipse IDE for Java developers. So at this point, we are going to wait for some time until this progress bar reaches to the 100%. And after a few seconds, I can see that Eclipse is installed, and I also see the launch button for Eclipse. So Eclipse is now installed on my Mac operating system. At this point, I'm going to click on launch now before moving into this process of starting Eclipse. First of all, we are going to move this Eclipse installer to our applications. So from the next time we want to install any other Eclipse variant, for example Eclipse for C++, or we will have this Eclipse installer. So just select this Eclipse installer and you will also see the application folder. So just press command key on your keyboard and then move this icon into the application folder. And once this is moved into the application folder, when you go to the launchpad, you will be able to see this Eclipse installer there, right? So from the next time when you want your install any other variant, just click on the Eclipse installer and you will be able to see the other variants of Eclipse which you can download easily using the Eclipse installer. Now before moving forward into this process of launching the Eclipse IDE, what I will recommend you to do is we need to know the path of this Eclipse IDE, because when you install Eclipse IDE for Java developers, you will not see the Eclipse IDE icon in the application folder, right? So what we can do here is we can right click on this Eclipse IDE icon and then click on the option and then click on show in Finder, which is going to show this Eclipse icon in the Finder. What you need to do is you need to move this Eclipse icon into the application folder. Once again, select this Eclipse icon, press command key and then move this Eclipse icon to the application folder. You can see I am hovering over the application folder and then just I drop it on the top of the application folder, which is going to move the Eclipse icon in the application folder. And once you are done with that, Eclipse app is moved to the application folder. So when you open the launchpad, now you will be able to see the Eclipse IDE icon here also. Okay, so once that's done, we are ready to launch the Eclipse IDE. Okay, then so let's move to forwards. Once we are ready to launch the Eclipse IDE, let me just cancel this from here and we are going to start this Eclipse IDE from the launchpad. So I'm going to go to the launchpad and then click on Eclipse IDE icon, and for the first time when Eclipse IDE start, it creates the workspace folder where all your Eclipse related projects will be saved. So this is the default location. If you don't have the good reason to change this location, just leave it as default and then click on launch. Now Eclipse IDE has been launched here. So first of all, what we are going to do here is going to just close this welcome window from here, and once we close this window, it's going to open this kind of Eclipse IDE interface, as you can see there. Now in order to create a new Java project, you can see we have the option to create new Java project from here. You can also go to the files option and then click on new, and then you have the option to create different kind of Java related project like Maven project or other projects. So first of all, I'm going to click on create Java project here, and then I'm going to to name my project as hello, for example, and then it says use default location. So I'm going to use my default location, which is inside the Eclipse workspace. Also JRE, it's selected by default, which I have installed, which is Java 21. So Eclipse recognize my already installed JDK. It gives me the option to choose it. Now project layout, use project folder as the root for sources, and class file, create separate folder for sources, and class file I'm going to leave it as default. Also the module, create module info Java for. So now I don't want to create this file, so I'm going to just uncheck this checkbox because I just want to create a very simple Java project, and then I'm going to click on the finish here, which is going to create this project. So you can see this hello project is created, and inside this hello project I have this source directory which doesn't contain any file, right? So in order to create a new Java class, I'm going to right click here and then click on new and then click on class here, and then I'm going to name my class as hello itself, which will be a public class. And then I can also check this checkbox which says I want to include the public static void main method. So it's going to create this hello class, and inside that hello class our public static void method will be there. And then I'm going to click on finish, which is going to create this class. Now once my class is created, I can see this main method to print hello world. Using this main method, I'm going to just type the system dot println, and in the inverted commas I'm in this parenthesis I just type hello world here, and once I'm done I can save my project by clicking on this save button, and all changes will be saved. So once my Java program is saved, I can click on this run button and then click on this run option, which is going to build my Java program, and it's going to run it, and I can see this hello world is printed on my terminal. Or you can see everything is working fine. I can add a few more characters here, for example like this parenthesis and then save it program and run it once again, and it's going to print those characters which I added in the inverted commas the console. So everything is working fine here. So this is how you can install Eclipse IDE and create a Java program using Eclipse IDE on your Mac operating system. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.